Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we're back for the third part of my Inchies, Twinchies and Thrinchies. So 1 by 1 inch squares, 2 by 2 inch squares and 3 by 3 inch squares. And we finished this one off last time. Took a bit of a while because obviously we did the stamping on the backgrounds once we completed the backgrounds with the fish and things, and we're adding and doing things. So this one hopefully will be the last one. Let me move that out of the way in case I put my elbow on it. And we're going to be doing the Twinchies and the Inchies, and if I have time I might finish off the just trying to work out which direction I was going to have these, because I quite like them coming down almost like jellyfish coming down through the sea. So, or they could be coming up that way. Yes, that way I think probably. So, or I might have them coming down that way. It's difficult to tell. Okay. I've done a few bits and pieces with it. I am using some more sea elemental stamps. So a fish and a wish, which has the coordinating punch, which is this one. Still available. Great one if you like. Is it still available? Yes, I think it is. Yes, it's in the annual catalogue. And I have taken... says me, I've done one fish. So I stamped it in on the mint macaron, and which is this little one here. So I've done it on mint macaron with the green, the parakeet party, which will then tone in. So I'm going to put that on one of them. Haven't decided which one yet. I've then taken from Sea Life dies. Now this has finished, but this was the lovely, which I know some of you have probably got. This is the one that had the two very large fish that you could, and the seahorse, which I absolutely adore. But it's got coral and it's got little fish. So I've done the coral and the little fish from those. So again, that's the Sea Life dies, just so you know what I'm using. And then we're going to just play around with things, I think. So this is the coral, and I've taken a little piece of the coral off. So I thought I would probably put that piece of coral in on there, up through the centre. And then I'm just going to have one little fish, I think, swimming through. Let's have it swimming in the right direction. So it's got to be a that way fish, that little fish, and that's going to go on with a dimensional. So I think that that is probably going to be that one finished. Let's start making them as we go. Otherwise we'll end up with it taking forever again. As you probably know, I do spend a lot of time in thinking and stuff, but I've always thought that to see the process and to see the thought process is also quite a good thing to do. So this coral has got to have some, I'm going to take these in just up like this. We only want little tiny pieces. These are just little dimensionals that I was given, so I'm not that fussed with them, but they will go in on all these little pieces. Now I want these to be stuck quite well, so, and not too many little bits to get caught on things, because as I've said to you, this is a swap. I belong to a fantastic Facebook group which has all sorts of different ideas and things every month, and we take part in different swaps and things, which are great fun to do. So that's what I'm doing at the moment, and I just want to make sure that I've got all of these little pieces on. So yes, it's a fun group to belong to, and you can, if you go on to Facebook, you can probably find it. It's called The Joy of Sets, as in stamp sets, SETS, and it's run by a friend of mine called Fiona, and she does an awful lot of work with it. So if it's if you fancy, you know, taking part in regular little swaps and things, it's really a good one to belong to. Okay, so now we're going to have, now do I have the little fish swimming in underneath, or do I have it, I'm not quite sure, I might actually have it sort of up on the top, or I could have, I've got a sparkly fish here, let's take his little eye out. He's got little gills and he's got a little eye, which is because it's I need my pokey tool, because it's no, my scissors will do. It's done in glimmer paper. Its little eye didn't come out, and it needs to have its eye out. So I could put just a glimmery little fish coming through if I wanted to. Do I want a glimmer fish, or do I want just a plain fish? I might just have him going on the top here. I think he might be quite good just like that. His little gills can pop out as well a bit. So I can just sort of take that. I think I'm just going to glue him in on there. So it's just another extra layer of dimension on there. And I could put one in underneath, which I might, depending how many. Not sure. Let's wait and see, because I want to try and get, as I said, all of these bits going in together. So we definitely want that in on there. I do like these little tiny bits of coral, and I think I might put some little bits of coral in on the Inchies. So that little piece of coral can go from there, can't it? So let's put that on. And these ones I'm going to stick on, because I think, being Inchies, if we have too much going on, they're likely to sort of fall off, and I might put a little fish or something in on there. So I'm just going to take some wet glue, and because this hasn't got too much of added dimension on there, that's literally just going to sit in like that. Okay, so it's quite nice having little bits of coral on there. I quite like that as an added textural element. Now, can I get another little piece of, so that's our little piece of coral on there. Am I going to put another piece of coral? Yes, I think I am. Let's take this one out from, or am I going to wait and put the big piece of coral in on here like that, maybe? Not sure. I do like this coral, but I think I'm going to do it on the little ones, because, as I say, I don't know if I haven't got time to do the larger ones, then I've done one Thrinchie, because they take more time, because there's an awful lot of there's a 3x3 space as opposed to a 1x1 space. 1x1 space, you've got limited amount to work in. Oh gracious, that's too much glue. It will work. I'm normally very good with the glue, but this one is a little bit, it's not coming out as well as it normally does. So those are those two little pieces. Don't think I'm going to put any more on. Do I want a piece of coral on this one? No, because it's got the pink. Do I want a piece of coral on there? Probably not. Okay, so now let's, I am going to sort of finish and try and do these ones in on here. So I do quite like the idea of having, I am going to do it so that they all come out slightly differently. So this one, I'm just going to put a little bit of wet glue like this, just over the top of him in on the glitter. And then he's going to just sit in on the top like that. So he's swimming along because then you get the look. And then I have got, I've got the word sea, which is from this one, A Sea of Thanks. But I didn't want a sea of thanks in there. I just wanted the word sea. So I'm going to just cut that out, just round on itself, because sometimes you want lots of words and sometimes you don't want very much. So, and I don't know whether I'm going to do that on there or whether I'm going to have it on the little, that actually looks quite good on there, doesn't it? Let's do 2 of them with the sea in on here. So I'm literally just sort of cutting it round. And we'll have a little bit out like that. And so I'm going to put this one up here for now because we're almost done with, and these 2 are going to have these on with C in. And as I say, they're just going to have glue, so we can have C in that way. So that's that one. And this one is just going to tuck in there because it just fits in that little tiny little tuck spot there, which I think works quite well. So let's just tuck him in there like that. So we've got 2 little C's like that. Oh, let's just turn that so it's a little bit straighter. That's better. That's just tucked in underneath, and that's just tucked in on top, which I think is probably, that's fine. So those 2 are like that for the moment. Now I've got this one in on here, haven't I? I was going to put him in with, I don't even know which way he goes up actually. I don't think it matters which way. He can go up whatever way he wants, but we could have the fish. I do like that one. I might put that in on there with just some starfish. And I quite like this, a little fish on there that way, and a little fish on there that way. So I've got fish going in opposite directions. I've got this one in, which I could maybe put in down on there. And we'll have this one in on the top, like that. Words and things. I've still got that little one there, and I've still got a little bit of seaweed on there. So I need to look at words. So there's all sorts of little things that we can put on there, but do we put, I like just little things like love and maybe love knows no boundaries. That's quite nice, isn't it? And there's, what's on this one? Love never fails, sending wishes here for you. No, I think I'm just going to have a love and maybe beautiful destinations. I quite like that. So what have we got on here? Let's have a look at this one. It's probably a beautiful destinations because that's one of my favourite words. I think it probably is. I can't see it upside down. Let's put this on here. And I think we've got beautiful destinations. Yes, I like that. And I'm going to do it in the starry sky, because I want that to come in. I don't want the other bits, so I'm just going to very carefully try and get it just inked up on there. Then I can put the up this way, and we'll just have beautiful destinations. That's lovely on there. And what other words are we going to have? Now, I know people cut words out of all sorts of things. You can cut words out of magazines, you can cut words out of, but because we have lots and lots of different stamp sets, you can just take the odd little bits of words and things out. So you don't have to have, you know, too much in there. And I wanted the word love, didn't I? So that, I can see it there. So I'm just going to take the love because I like the font on that. So let me just take that in on there. And again, I don't have to take any more of it. That might actually fit just in the bottom bit, so I'm not wasting any of that paper. It'll go in there. So we've got a little love. So that's a couple of words. What else have I got? I'm just going to clean that off a little bit and put that one back in there. So that love was from the picturesque. Hello's quite nice, isn't it? We could just have hello, 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 hello. So let's just have a hello, because then we've got lots of little bits that we can just add and put in wherever we want. And it's not a wildly exciting font, but then sometimes you don't want wildly exciting fonts all the time, do you? So that's quite nice. So how many have I got? I need words for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3. And what else have I got? So that's the hello. Let me have a look at these. What else I've got out on my desk? I had this one out, didn't I, where I was doing It's so nice of you to be so nice. Finding a friend is the best discovery of all. Those are a bit too many words. Sending love, that will work, won't it? Which one says sending love? Sending love during this season of growth. Let's have a look and see where it is. Does that say it? I'm terrible at reading things upside down now. I think that's a friend one. That's sending love, I think. No, it's not. Thank you for your kindness. Oh dear, I do struggle with some of these things now. So that's thank you for. I suppose I should stamp them all out and then remember where they all are. I have no idea what that says. Right, easiest way is to just do this and just stamp it to see what it says. What does it say? Sending. Oh, that's what I wanted. Sending love. There we go. When they're small, they're very difficult to see, particularly if you've got eyesight like mine. Right, I'm going to take that up that way. There we are. So that will come in like that. Those will be fine because I can cut some of the other bits out. So let's put that in there, and those were taken from Dainty Delight. So basically choose sentiments from whatever you've got. And as I say, sometimes we fill things up lots, sometimes we keep things and it's not as overly filled. So I'm just going to cut these out. I'm going to keep them on white so that the words will show. I could sponge around the outside. I don't know whether I am yet. I'm literally just taking these around like that. So that's got a hello. Glue on my fingers. That's got love. I quite like that because I like that sort of font on there. So let's just take that one round. Take it out. It's quite a nice angle as well on there. I like things with little bits of angle and stuff on, so that could maybe go in on there or there. Quite like that on there. The hello could maybe go between these two fish like that. Beautiful destinations, that's going to go on there. Because again, I don't always like to do too much on things. How are we doing time wise? It's probably going on a lot. Oh, we're 20 minutes already. This is going to have to just be a longer one. I'm not running it into another. So it's one of those things, as I say, I know that a lot of you are able just fast forward if you want to, and other people just like sitting, hearing me natter along and show my struggles with my crafting and successes sometimes. I know a lot of you say, you know, you're so good at doing things. A lot of it is just down to practicing and also not being overly completely fussy about everything, you know, being happy when it's not always absolutely perfect. So I'm going to have this beautiful destinations as this one, I think, because I quite like that in on here somewhere. So beautiful. And I think this one is going to be a less is more. You know, sometimes you go like, I've put so much in on here and it's just a bit much. And I think sometimes it is just a bit much. Beautiful destinations. And then I don't know whether I can I get sending love in there? I don't know. It might be just a little bit big. Inchies are so tiny to actually get words in that it's very difficult to have too much in on there. I think it just ends up making it look too wordy. So I don't know whether I can get the sending in on there or not. We'll see. So I'm just cutting that one round that way. And cutting this one round that way. As I say, the ones with the starfish, I'm going to put lots of sparklies and things on there to really make it bright. So can I get sending on here? Yes, I think I can. I think I can. Sending. I think I can. So I'm going to put the fish, so tiny, these little pieces. That's when you're doing inchies, which are these ones, which are 1 inch by 1 inch, you really need to be quite happy to work. I must admit now I have to use a magnifying glass to read tiny print now. It is such a pain when you your eyesight starts. And I do wear glasses for distance, but I don't wear glasses for the smaller ones. Now this is just going to go down on here. That's going to come in just like that over that bit, and then the love comes down at the bottom. So let's put this one down in on the bottom. And we'll try and get this down in on there like that. That's going to work fine. And this one we could put up with just a little dimensional, couldn't we? As we've got bits of dimensional on different things. We'll just have one little dimensional, I think, just in on the body like that. Make sure it doesn't come through and show on anywhere else. And if it does, we just have to trim it off. This is why I really like Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. As I say, I was given these, so I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to use them. But Stampin' Up! Dimensionals are hexagonal, so they actually fit really well. So this is going to come in on there so that it's not going to come out on anything. Right, so that's that one. And then this one, we haven't got any words on this. I don't know whether I'm going to do words. I might just stick this down and then just put some little sparkly bits on it, because sometimes you don't always need words. So let's put this one on like that. Just a little bit on his face. Okay, so he has to go that way round, doesn't he? There we go. So I'm just going to press him down. Then we've got these two with the hello in the middle. So I'm going to put the hello in. No, I'm not going to put the fish in first. And I'm sticking these down, I think. So that one's going to go in like that on top. That one's going to go down on the bottom. I must admit, these have been quite fun to do. I do enjoy doing things that are slightly different sometimes, and I know there's a lot of people that make these all the time, whereas I like doing ATCs, which are the 3x3 artist trading cards. So I've done quite a few of those over the time. I haven't done too many of these ones, but they are quite fun. And when you swap with other people, you then get ones to collect, which are quite nice. So let's give that a pop on there. So that's that one. That's that one. That's that one. This one, you see, there's so much going on here. I think to just have it like that is going to work beautifully. So I'm not going to do anything else bar put these on. And do I want them? I don't want them with dimensionals. I want them stuck flat. I like that. I don't like too many dimensionals sometimes. I don't think it looks quite good. So you're going to go just in like that. And then this one is going to come in next to it. Let's get my little fish out that way. So that's going to come in like that, just underneath. Then we're going to have beautiful like that. And then we're going to have the destinations underneath. Like that. Whoops. Make sure that sticks. They don't stick very well onto the paste. I think you have to have a little bit of patience on it for it to stick down after a little while. It will stick, but it just needs an extra bit of moment to do that. So right, I've got an awful lot of mess all over my paper on here, so let's take that out so we can have a look at this a little bit better. I don't even know whether I've got, here we go, I can put them on that one. And then I want to do, so that's my 3 Thrinchie, Twinchy. I've I've got 4 little, oh, glue on my fingers, 4 little inchies, like that. And then I just need to add some sparkly, twinkly bits on, which I've left out. So let's grab them. And I've got these. Oops, I've just thrown those on the floor. Excuse me a minute. Just thrown them there. Right, fell off the thing and fell off down the other side of my desk, which wasn't very good, was it? Right, so these are the little faux sea glass shapes, and I don't know how many of those, or I don't even know if they're still available, but they were really good. So I'm going to put some of these, like a little sort of pebble, down underneath on the bottom of this one. So we've got little ones under here. In fact, I might put, because they are mint macarons, so they just stick quite nicely, and then they go in and give another added texture on there, which I think is quite nice. I might even do 3 of them. Let's have this one in on there, like that. Whoops. That's upside down. Oh dear. Right, let's stick that one in on there. Come on. There. So that's lovely, I think. Then what other bits have I got? Pearls. I don't really want pearls in there. I want things that look sort of oceany. Now, I did have a look in on, can't remember whether it was in on here or not. Let me have a look in my, didn't want those ones, didn't want those ones. They were, don't want little heart ones like that, I don't think. They might, no, I think it was in here, but I've got some, not those. You can never find things when you're looking for them, can you? They were little green, and so they're not there. We've got those ones, we've had those. Let's have a look and see. They must be in here somewhere. They might work, the ones that are completely frosted with the little hearts. Don't want flowers, don't want those, don't want those. They're definitely not there. Oh, I tell you what, it does frustrate you sometimes, doesn't it? When you're looking for something, you know exactly what you're looking for. Beautiful little green sparklies. And here we go. I'd actually taken them out. I tell you what, sometimes I think I'm going mad. But can you see these? These I think are beautiful. So we're going to have some of these, and I don't know whether to have the gold or the, I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to have just a couple of these ones though, because they've got that real sort of sparkle to them, but have still got that sea look. So if I can get them, oh gracious me. So I'm going to put one sort of up there, because that just gives, it almost gives like a little bubble from the fish. I think that's pretty. This one, I think I'm just going to do a couple of them again for them to look like little bubbles coming up from the fish. So we can have one there, which looks like a little bubble, and we'll have one there, which looks like a little bubble, which I think is quite pretty. I think I'm going to put one in on the little sparkly fish, if I can get hold of it. Oh, I tell you what, I bet sometimes you sit there laughing at me going like, gee, struggling today. That can go in there, so that's a little bubble on that one. Now these, we need to do something really pretty on those. So I think that one's probably finished. I think that one's probably finished. That one is, because I like all the little sparkles on there. These ones I think are. That one I think is. I might add just a little bit on there. But I want to add, I think on these, I've got these sea pebbles or faux sea glass, which is quite nice. These ones are quite good because they're completely sort of see-through. So it means that you can just sort of put them in and they're slightly sort of iridescent. So I'm going to take a few of the different colours. I quite like that. That can go in amongst those. Maybe, whoops, maybe another one. It's like little kangaroos bouncing about. That down on there. And I want some sparkly ones as well, I think. And I quite like these that are almost sort of rusty colour because they just have that little sparkle in underneath. So I'm just going to take a couple of those and just dot them about, just so that it's, you know, when you look through the water you can see that sort of iridescent sort of look underneath, and I think that works quite well. I think that that again is probably enough. So let's take this all out of the way, have a look at our finished projects and admire them. Now I put one out of the way, didn't I? So what did I do with that one that I put out of the way? So we can have all of them out. You can guarantee I've put it somewhere safe and it's underneath something, and there we are. Right, so I'm going to put all of them out so we can now see them all and see what we've done. So those are the Thrinchies. So those are 3 by 3, and then we've done this one as well. So 2 totally different ones with 3 by 3s. Then we've got the 2 by 2s, which is there. And I've just realised I haven't stuck the love on this one. So let's very quickly stick the little love on there. That's the other. I'm quite pleased at the fact that it's all come from this background that I created, and that I didn't even know what I was going to do necessarily with it, but because it's all very starry, you know, these pieces look like jellyfish and you know, I thought, oh. So anyway, those are the Twinchies, which are 2 inch by 2 inch. So Thrinchies, Twinchies and Inchies, which are 1 inch by 1 inch. So we've got the sea, and as I say, you can put them on cards, you can put them as embellishments, you can just give them to people, and that is the Inchies. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well, please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.